Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me for a long overdue care package today on the channel. Maybe a little hard to tell from an outsider perspective because I keep the content rolling almost daily here, but behind the scenes, I sometimes go a couple weeks or longer at a time without being able to record any videos. So I tend to record them in batches, which works out fine, but sometimes I'll get a care package right at the beginning of one of those spells where I don't have any recording time for a week or two. And that's what happened here. So I got this from my buddy Doug over at dkahn here on YouTube. I will leave a link below as I always do. Probably most people watching this video are familiar with Doug. Awesome channel and someone that I've gotten familiar with over the past, I would say, 6 months to a year. You meet a lot of great people on this platform, and I've certainly met dozens and dozens and dozens of people that I talk to on a weekly basis now or consider my friends in the hobby. But Doug is someone who I've really kind of formed a special bond with, or at least I feel that way. We just share a lot of common interests in the hobby, and I just really enjoy his videos. I enjoy his conversation. I enjoy his approach to the hobby, and just really big fan of Doug. And of course, his alter ego, Dougie Fresh, who has become very popular recently. And so here's a nice note that says, Shane, Merry Christmas. So fortunate that you have become a great friend in the community this year. Thank you, Doug, and I feel the same way as I just said. Your mix of knowledge and your humble attitude mixed with a stealthy top-rate collection. Your friend, Doug. So thank you very much, Doug. And it says, Notes 1934 Liebig Soccer. So that's interesting. So those who have watched Doug's video will know this, but one of his big finds of the year, he got a Liebig sports set from, I believe, the 50s at an insanely cheap price that includes what he so awesomely describes as a card that is like an Italian dream of what baseball is, or an approximation of what baseball is from the perspective of somebody in Italy who doesn't really know the game. So it's kind of a cool, it's most of the way right. Super colorful, oversized card that is clearly, even though the card doesn't state it, showing Ted Williams. And I was able to get that card graded recently. I won't spoil it, but again, if you have not checked out dkahn, please follow the link below and go give that grading reveal a watch, because he did very, very well with that Ted Williams card. And so that is the brand there, Liebig, that I think he is referencing. And inside, bear with me here as we talk, I'm just taking apart these packaging here. Doug did a very thorough job of properly protecting the cards that he sent my way. I don't know what to expect here. Doug did let me know that he was sending me something, which is so awesome, and I will be hitting him back, but I don't really know what the contents of the package are entirely. So we're just going to get right down to it, and we start off with a very, very cool Mike Trout card. Check this card out. We have Liftoff. This is from Topps Fire, and I believe, I'm not a super expert on the Topps Fire releases over the years, but I believe this is like a gold minted, and look at that rainbow foil action. Love Trout. Doug knows that. I know he's a fellow Trout fan. Doug does get into collecting some modern as well, which is something I love about his approach to the hobby. He gets into the vintage, and he has a vintage collection that he could put up against any you've seen, but he really has a varied interests, and I know he's picked up some shiny stuff as well, so I can relate to that. And so probably wasn't easy for him to part with that Mike Trout, but I really, really, really appreciate that one. That is a perfect addition to my collection of the man. I love Trout. I think, in this off season again here, he's kind of like a screaming buy in the hobby. It seems like everybody's forgotten about him after some injuries and a couple quiet years. But when you look at the statistics that he's been putting up, he is still no slouch. So there's, looks like two cards that'll be kind of the main centerpiece of this. Sorry, I can't talk today. We'll get to those in a minute. But before we do, check out this sweet stack of modern goodness, starting with a Raffy Devers Topps Chrome rookie card. Just awesome. This is going right into the Z. I have a Z folio that right now, this may change in the future, but currently it is half Juan Soto, half Raffy Devers. And so this Chrome rookie card will go right into that Z. Love Devers. Big believer in this card. I could get 100 copies of that card and it wouldn't be enough. And it looks, of course, with the way that Chaim Bloom's been dismantling the Red Sox roster here in the offseason. barring any major signings, it looks like Devers is going to be the guy heading into 2023. Not a big fan of the moves that the front office has made here under this new administration. I know a lot of Red Sox fans are not, but we don't get to control that. We just watch the games. Here's another nice little stack here that was in that team set bag, but we got a Prismic Power, another nice shiny Devers. I believe this was from 2022. I recognize the Prismic Power insert name, so that's awesome. Z Food right there as well. Same with this one, a virtual reality Juan Soto Stadium Club. Love that insert. So these are going to be destined for that same Z Folio, like I said. Here's a sweet Alex Verdugo from Chrome. I believe this is maybe 2020 Topps Chrome update. Yeah, update. Thought so based on that photo, but what a great shot there. I love the bat with kind of like, it almost looks holiday appropriate. It looks like a candy cane style bat there from Verdugo. And of course, he still is on the current squad, so we'll see what he's able to do. They had a hard time winning in 2022 with Bogarts, JD Martinez, Devers, Story, Casas, and Verdugo, so I don't really know how you lose Bogarts and JD Martinez and bring in Justin Turner, and all of a sudden the future looks bright in Boston. But here's a Bobby Dalbec rookie. This is from the Topps holiday release, so very cool rookie card there. Another Dalbec rookie from Topps Fire. This is what the Topps Fire base cards look like when they are not gold minted or super shiny, but still really colorful. Love the colors on that image. And it's like a Dalbec hot pack here. We got an A&G Allen and Ginter rookie as well, so just bolstering my collection. I'm going to have to ask Dougie Fresh, Doug's alter ego, what his opinion is on Bobby Dalbec. I know he's recommended Lars Nootbaar in the past, and he's just, guy doesn't miss. He's making a fortune in the hobby. And here's another Dalbec to round it out from Gypsy Queen. So a nice little suite there of Dalbec rookie cards. And then how about a Chromium Ken Griffey Jr.? This is called a numbers game. This is an insert from Topps Chrome. I think Topps Chrome update, but just a beautiful refractor. And, Doug's watched my channel enough to know that I'm a big fan of the kid, Griffey Jr., as most people my age are who grew up, in the 90s. He was like the king of the hobby, or the titan in the hobby. And I've never really lost my affection for Griffey Jr. to this day. So I'll happily give any Griffey cards a home. Here's a Kevin Pillar. This is from Stadium Club Chrome. Whoops, as I throw it across the room. Stadium Club Chrome, and it is an X-Fractor. What a gorgeous card that is. Look at the shine on that. Stadium Club Chrome is just awesome. I mean, I have some more of these that I've yet to show off that are shiny like this, but awesome addition there to the Red Sox collection. Couple more on that front. We got the now departed JD Martinez for the Red Sox, and a fitting blue bordered card here, as he ended up going to the Dodgers, I think, in the end. Was a very good, kind of underrated hitter for Boston for the past few years, who just kind of quietly went about his business, just flat out raking. So kind of sad to see JD go. That's a pretty big hole in the lineup that he leaves behind. And then we close out this portion of the package with an even awesomer Devers card, or more awesome Devers card. Check this out from 2021 Topps Chrome. That is the X-Fractor. And this is absolutely perfect because I am in the Devers Z Folio. I have a page going for each of his second year card, third year card, fourth year card in different chromium parallels like this that look great. And I don't believe I have this one yet for the 2021 page, which would be his fourth year. So this will be a star of that page, and you'll see this card again when I get around to show that or showing that Devers and Soto Z Folio. So as if all of that weren't enough, that would have been an extremely thoughtful care package as it is. But on top of that, check out this sweet Project 2020 Ted Williams. How awesome is that? I love the clean design on this. It almost has I believe this is an artist's riff on 1954 Topps. And I say that because you have the portrait with the action shot in the background, and you have the three-sided border that doesn't exist along the top of the card. So I think this is an artist take on 54 Topps baseball. I love Ted Williams. I mean, I'm a Red Sox fan living here in New England. He's a top 5, at least definitely top 10 player in the history of baseball. So I have been trying to bolster my Ted Williams collection a little bit. And this is actually, the timing of this is perfect because I recently landed a pretty monster Ted Williams card from the 50s that I'll be showing off soon on the channel. So this is a nice modern take, and Doug knows from watching my channel and from our conversations that I enjoy collecting not only the vintage cards of the players from their playing era, but for those star players like Ted Williams, I love getting modern takes on their cards as well, because it's a fun way to continue collecting them outside of their playing era or vintage runs. And then last but not least, the card that I've kind of been waiting to show here, that was mentioned in the note, the Liebig soccer card. Check this out. Volksspelen Voetbal, which I'm guessing is, means football. The second word, maybe the top one is a team name, I'm not sure, but look at this graphic. Like, how awesome are the colors on this? So Doug had hinted to me that he had sent me a art card, a soccer art card, but that was all I knew to expect. And boy, is this glorious. Like, man, I just want to leave this out, and I probably will, on display in my hobby room, because it is just that cool. Like, a huge soccer fan here. Really enjoyed this past World Cup. I've been getting more and more into picking up soccer cards. I've collected it, on and off for over 10 years now, but you kind of drift in and out of different parts of the hobby. And, for whatever reason, in recent months, soccer has really been doing it for me. I've really been focusing on picking up a lot of different soccer cards. And this is definitely one of the most unique soccer cards in my entire collection. I absolutely love this. I mean, 1930s. So this card is, 90 years old just about now. And look at how sharp that is. And I may actually have to set this one aside and kind of take a page out of Doug's book and send this off to SGC to be graded. I don't have a lot of experience doing that, but I have considered recently getting an SGC submission together. And I think this glorious, glorious soccer card would just look amazing in the tux. Doesn't matter to me if it would get a 1 or a 5 or a 9. I wouldn't even care what the grade was. On the flip, I would just really, I think this card would look fantastic encapsulated, and being a little bit oversized. If we compare it here to a standard sized Rafi Devers card, it is, slightly bigger, certainly taller, and a little bit wider as well. So I think it would present really well and just be almost like a display piece or a piece of art to display here in the room. So Doug, this was so touching. I echo your sentiments in your note. It's just been really, really cool getting to be friends with you and getting to know you better over the past year. Just count myself really blessed to have come into contact with you. And you're certainly somebody who I know will be enjoying the hobby, side by side with each other for many years to come. And I will always treasure this soccer card, everything you sent, but especially this soccer card in the collection, knowing that it's not just 90 years old and aesthetically awesome looking, but more important than either of those aspects, came from somebody who I consider a great human being and an awesome hobby friend. So thank you so much, Doug. I'm so sorry that it took me so long to get this opened and posted to the channel. I'll certainly have reached out to you individually by the time this airs, but thanks again. And to everybody else who stopped by to check this out, please go visit Doug over at dkahn. If you're not subscribed, you will absolutely love his content and his sense of humor. And to everyone else, I appreciate you stopping by, and I will be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Till then, take care and enjoy the hobby.